This is a short video on how to install the leading edge magnetic base for short knives, longer knives, scissors, chisels and other sharpening tools onto the Workshop Precision Adjust. You'll be needing a 2.5mm Allen screwdriver for this. So firstly, simply remove the original Workshop Precision Adjust magnetic clamp holder, set it aside, unscrew the thumb screw in the back, the nut, unscrew it all the way. If your Precision Adjust is new and you haven't removed the clamp before, might take a little bit of a wiggle just to separate the two parts. The paint on the back of the Precision Adjust clamp tends to stick to the plastic part and feels like epoxy. It might be a thin layer of epoxy, but it separates quite easily. Now what you're going to do is on the leading edge magnetic base you'll see two small holes. This is going to match up with the original magnetic clamp of the Workshop Precision Adjust and eventually go into place. So how we're going to be doing this is we will separate the two pieces of the Precision Adjust clamp. I'll install this into the slot there. I do also have an optional stowaway option for the original clamp. It's not necessary to stow it in there, but if you wanted to, the original clamp can be stowed into this slot right here. Nice stowaway place so you don't lose it while you're while you're using the magnetic holder. The next step you'll be taking is to put the bolt through the original clamp holder, washer in place, and then the thumb screw. Tighten it all up together. You'll see I designed a slot in the top so you can access it on both sides if you need to really tighten it. Last little bit, just a nice bit of tightening, extra bit of tightening, and it's all in there. Now it's ready to be installed into the Workshop Precision Adjust. The next step is as simple as popping it into the magnetic holder, the original holder. It has a brace in the bottom to stop any flicks. And what you have now is a magnetic base for the Workshop Precision Adjust, on which you can install short knives, pocket knives, longer knives. You can sharpen scissors and chisels, and it even has a vertical blade support for knife grinds that has a flat section and a parallel saber type grind top section in case it wobbles on top of the magnets. So basically, if I'm going to be doing a sharpening of a knife, pop it onto the magnetic clamp, use the 3-point knife guide to touch 2 points on the spine of the blade, lock it in place with the blade just barely hanging over the front. Basically just have a look at where on the blade the 3-point guide is touching. These two positions, when you take the blade off, flip it over, is a mirror image of the other side to sharpen this side or the other side. So you'll see I'm touching here and in the center. When I remove it, pop it down the other side, slide it back, touching there and in the center. Then you can either use the original workshop stones to sharpen, as you did before, or we've also got a optional leading edge Gritomatic stone holder for any 4-inch or 6-inch stones available on gritomatic.com. If I want to use the long blade attachment, it's as simple as installing it into the front 2 holes, tightening the screws. I won't be tightening it all the way, just doing a demonstration. And then you have a huge magnetic platform with magnets inside here and here for large blades, kitchen knives, longer large blades, a nice big platform. If you have a knife like the grind I was talking about before that will wobble on the magnets while sharpening, then you can simply use the same set of screws into the front holes here, pop the knife on top and slide this up to take up the space where the knife will be wobbling if you sharpen it with a different type of knife grind. If you want to be sharpening scissors, use the same clamp, install the scissors clamp, pop a pair of scissors in. You may have to hang it, if you can't separate scissors with a screw, you may have to just hang it at the end of a table so the handle doesn't interfere with your sharpening. The basic idea is you lightly tighten the 2 screws, not too tight, because this screw at the bottom will give a cantilever action and separate the clamp at the bottom here to take up the space for the width of the scissors blade, and very nice and tightly clamp the scissors into place. Then you can simply do exactly the same sharpening as before, set your angle, sharpen the scissors the way you want, and remove the burr just with a flat section of the stone on the back of the scissors. Obviously 1 blade at a time using scissors. Now if you want to sharpen chisels, we have an optional extra chisel sharpening adapter which goes into the same holes right here. Open this up and separate it, install a chisel in here and sharpen the chisel exactly the same way you would before with either the Workshop Precision Adjust stone or one of our Gritomatic stone holders with a stone, either 4-inch or 6-inch. The last thing I'd like to mention is at the back of the Precision Adjust in here I have 2 small holes which lines up or matches the same holes in the front. These are just meant for stowing accessories when you're not using them. For example, if you'd like to stow the large blade attachment, simply install 2 screws in the back here and it'll be stowed away nicely while you're using the rest of the system. Or if you want to stow away the chisel attachment, same thing. Use the same holes and simply just screw the scissors or the vertical knife support back in here, or stack them together, stow them in there. It's a nice compact system which gives you a magnetic platform for some of those knives that doesn't work too well in the clamp.